to Devils United with our weekly transfer show with John. John, how are you?
Good evening to you, Maisy, and thanks so much for having us on again. And yeah, it's been fantastic. I'm absolutely fine. I've had, how many have I had? I had about 50 odd new people subscribing to my channel for the last 36 hours, so like that. So it's just to help people follow us on Twitter. I just DM them and then just let them know that you can follow us on there as well. So yeah, it's really great.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you're over the moon about that. There's already some people who's in the chat already. Hey there to Wills. I hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. Torsten, hello to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Helen Wheels, hello to you. Hello from the UK to Norway. Scandinavia, well presented here. Wills is from Sweden as well, so 2 Norwegians in the chat. Sweden in the chat as well. Absolutely terrific. Hello there to my queen. I hope you are well, and hello there to Luca. I hope you are well also.
We got Luca.
So, transfers. Has it been too much for Manchester United recently? We've got Malacia, we've got Ericsson due to confirm. So that's 2 already. I know you have also recently signed Botman. I know you have recently signed Nick Pope also. But in terms of rumours, what's going on, it does seem like it's the same rumours for us at the moment. And the first rumour what I'm going to start with, just to let everybody all know about Frankie de Jong. We all wanted Frankie de Jong to come to Manchester United, but it looks like now it's a dead deal. Barcelona president has said he's not for sale. He wants him to stay at Barcelona, which is quite confusing because realistically, he couldn't really afford him because he's on his final year now, de Jong, and his wages are gonna go differently, and he's already owed wages around with add-ons 13 mil. So what I don't understand is why Barcelona isn't wanting to sell him. But for me, it does look like a done deal from everything what I'm reading at this moment in time. And it's supposed to be due to the wages. We haven't even agreed personal terms with Frankie de Jong. He wants to stay at Barcelona. It's his boyhood club. And to be honest, we needed to move on anyway a bit before that. We shouldn't have put our eggs all in one basket. I know Ten Hag's a big fan of him, but realistically, we should have been looking at other midfielders because there isn't just Frankie de Jong in this world for transfers.
I have to agree. I mean, this has gone on for about a month now, at least.
Yeah.
And look, we all know how good Frankie de Jong is. I think he's a fantastic midfielder, right? I can understand Barcelona to get rid of him because they want to get Rafinha as well and Lewandowski. So de Jong's making it difficult for them, in my opinion, right? And yes, they're asking for like 67 million quid with the add-ons on top. Now, this has gone on for weeks and maybe months now. And Chelsea apparently want him as well. But look, me personally, right? If I was a United fan, I'd just say move on away from him. Just move away from him. Move on. Because for me, this is just getting a bit boring now. I mean, the season starts in a month's time and you need to get them in ASAP. And this has to be done because if you rely on getting this guy, then you're going to be behind. It's as simple as that, they see. But me personally, right, I'll go for elsewhere. I'll go for Tielemans, right, for Leicester. He's a spot-on player. It's not just that. He's got Premier League experience as well. And he relish a chance to come to you like Old Trafford. I really do. And he'd be a lot cheaper as well for you guys. So why not get him, right? Forget about Frankie de Jong, in my opinion. Go out and get him. It's as simple as that. And this is the thing. We have this problem in Newcastle. We have to play for a long time, right? And we just end up wasting time. What you don't want to do in a transfer market or transfer window, right, is wasting time. Yes, you got another 7 more weeks to go. But if you don't want to come to you, move on. We had this at Ekiteki. We should have moved on. The moment he said that he didn't want to come, yeah, and it's urgent's a problem as well. But Maisy, my bet is, Pet, move away from Frankie de Jong, please, because at the end of the day, you're just going to waste your time. There's other targets out there. Tielemans is available. If you want to get him, you're a big club, Maisy. You're a big club, right? And you should be bullying these players out of their clubs, right? Do you know? I mean, it's just a bit of a madness here because at the end of the day, right? I mean, these players want to come to the Champions League. I can understand that Frankie de Jong's the number one choice. I get it. But for me personally, move on from him. Just move away from him because what Barca are doing, they're just laughing. He's made it clear that he loves Barca. He wants to stay at Barca. Let him deal with it. You do not want to have a player coming to your club, right? That they're going to be unhappy. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. It has completely messed us around because we could have been looking elsewhere. Personally, Tielemans isn't my number one choice in terms of transfers. If I was going to look at a Premier League player, I would look at Ruben Neves for an option because I think Ruben Neves for me is absolutely outstanding. And I think he would suit the way Manchester United play a lot better. But the only problem is with Ruben Diaz is his price tag. Not a chance I'd pay 100 million for Ruben Diaz, in my opinion. I know Luca is asking for proof about Frankie de Jong. He has said Frankie de Jong believes Manchester United have bad luck and joining them now with no Champions League will be loss of prestige compared to Barcelona. And he has totally now ruled out Manchester United with 10 reasons why he doesn't want to sign for us. For me, that's not a player who wants to be at Manchester United. And we need to look elsewhere. Because as I've said, there isn't just Frankie de Jong's there isn't just one Frankie de Jong in this world. There's plenty of good midfielders about. This is the reason why we didn't want to sign for Potter. We wanted to extend Paul Popper in the end. None of us wanted that because he didn't want to be at the club. He was all for money. Frankie de Jong's a good player, but realistically, does he want to be at Manchester United? No. End of. Move on.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I mean, you just mentioned about Ruben Neves as well, 100 million quid for him. Could someone tell us in the chat what has Ruben Neves won? Has he won the Champions League? Has he won the Premier League title? Is he a champion? Don't get us wrong, he's a damn good player. He really, really is, yeah. But these clubs now, and especially in the Premier League, they just put stupid amounts of off that suite. And for me, I don't know many years left he's got on his contract. Wolves fans, if you're in the chat, let us know, right? But Ruben Neves is a baller. He's an absolute baller. He's got Premier League experience, right? But for 70 million quid to 100 million quid, you've got to be joking, man. You have to be winning titles after titles after titles, yeah? If you go back years ago, Shevchenko, 100 million, yeah, 100%, yeah. Neymar to a push, yeah, 100%. Lionel Messi, yeah, 2%, yeah. Let's be honest about it, right? But these clubs are putting on their bed. Look at James Ward-Prowse, yeah, 75 million quid, yeah. I know the fella be flipping stall when I heard that price quoted, right? You've got to be flipping joking. I'm not paying that at all. I want to pay money when they're going to be a champion, winning cups, winning trophies, yeah. But these football clubs now are just getting beyond the joke, putting up stupid amount of prices, and let's be real.
That's what they've done with Declan Rice. So they put Declan Rice as 120 million. I completely understand with a player like they're so crucial for your club, you don't want to let them go ever so likely, and I do understand that. But the point is what I don't like is that you're putting them stupid price tags. Because even when you look at Declan Rice, for the respect, brilliant defensive midfielder, but what warrants him being 120 million?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. 120 million for Declan Rice. So what they basically say is they're not going to turn around to your club and say, oh, we're not going to sell him to you. He's not for sale. So what they're doing, they're putting that sort of money because they know full well they ain't going to pay the money. It's as simple as that. And you know what it is, right? I mean, it's like Newcastle, which I'm sure we're going to come on to. I'm going to mention it, right? I mean, look, all this if players are going for, they want a Newcastle tax on top, yeah? Because they know the richest club in the world, Maisy, yeah? We are not going to get fleeced. Go and ask who can take his agent. We are not going to get fleeced, yeah? And, you know, I'm going to come on to Derby as well. I'm going to come on to Paqueta as well. But at the end of the day, right, they know the Premier League is the richest league in the world. They know that they can fleece as much money as possible, right? But it's just coming to beyond a joke now. All these players paying over the odds, this and that, and all that sort of thing. I feel sorry for your team. I really do, because Barca don't really want to sell him to you, you know what I mean? They don't want
to sell him, but they can't afford to keep him.
Exactly, because they're in debt. They've got their millions and millions in debt. That is the thing. They still want to buy Rafinha. I know that's a fact because Rafinha's made
and
it
they
quite
want
clear.
Lewandowski.
Yeah, exactly.
How are they able to afford Rafinha, Lewandowski with all this amount of debt they are in? And are they still able to afford Frankie de Jong's new wages? There's something clearly fishy going on, in my opinion. Why isn't the likes of the financial fair play looking into that? Like they would look into any other club if that was the case. That's the same with the likes of PSG. No one's looking at them. But if that was the likes of any other club, if that was the majority of the Premier League clubs, if that happened to Newcastle or if that happened to Man United, even Liverpool, that would get investigated into.
100%. And they even think twice about it as well. But it is ridiculous going on now, right? I mean, according to Luca, one of Luca's chat, but I can see that Barca's got secret money called Loan Bank or Sportify as well. And yeah, I mean, Barca are flipping far away. They will sell someone. They're going to end up selling someone, right? Like you will. Once they do that, then they get an extra space in Maisy. But with Barca, something ain't right there. Something is not quite right at that football club, yeah? I mean, they sell Gabby, but they want $1 billion for him as well as a buyout clause, yeah? It is ridiculous. I mean, Andrew sent a message as well. I don't understand the logic here, folks. If a club don't want to sell, right? They are paid a ridiculous amount of money. It's their prerogative. Nobody has to find reason to take a player. It's just true. I mean, they valued a player, right? That's it. It is ridiculous, man. I mean, it's just asking for a vast amount of money. I know, I can understand that Frankie de Jong is worth 70 million quid. I really understand that. If that's what they want, good luck to them, yeah. But I think, me personally, I wouldn't pay that yet because for next year, its valuation is just going to go slightly down, like, you know. So, me personally,
he'll be gone on a free.
How many years he got left, Frankie de Jong?
He's got a year left after this year. But after this year, he's got a year. I think he's got two.
So he's got 2 years left, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's either got a year or 2 of his contract left. So
we'll say 2 years left, right? You have a year left. You not get 70 for that. There's no way because look, Raheem Sterling left Man City where he will be for Chelsea 47.5 million quid. So they probably be thinking, you know what, we probably go back 60 for this guy. So I think Barca are making a mistake. They're making a mistake there.
Exactly. Let's go through a couple of the chat anyway. See what's going on. There's a lot of messages here already. Hey there, Therese. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Hey there, Ravi. I hope you are well. Hey there as well to my dad. I hope you are well. Alan Wheels has said, multitasking today, muted Belgium, Iceland, got you guys on the stereo. Thank you so much, mate. It means a lot. With these new signs at Man United, shouldn't they improve from last season? It's not necessarily about how well the player is. It's about if they suit the club and if they suit Erik ten Hag, in my opinion. Like, you look at Malacia, no one really heard of Malacia, and sometimes that can be a blessing. In that, if he was a PSG player, PSG probably would have charged 40 mil for him. If Leon never would have snatched him up before we did and hijacked that deal, they would have told us 25 mil more than likely. And I think getting these players who are not really well known, who suit Ten Hag's kind of system, I think that is a better move rather than getting, as you have I said in the chat plenty of times, rather, we shouldn't be going for PR players for PR.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's like, I'll give a good perfect example. Paul Pogba, you bought him for 89 million quid, right? He stayed with you for 6 seasons, right? In my opinion, of Paul Pogba, I've said this before, right? It's a signing, right? It's a publicity signing. It's to sell football shirts, etc. You don't want to come to play football, right? Yeah, he's played games, but I have not seen real Paul Pogba. What I've seen from Juventus, right? And he's gone back to Juve on a free signing, 0. Yeah.
And
so you've got a better deal.
We offered him 20. We offered him 40 mil a year. He wanted 20 mil a year. We said no, get gone. And he's on 8 mil at Juventus. Greed gets you nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Juve now is going to rate him at 100 million. they will get that no problem at all because he's a good player. But it's just a shame it didn't show you guys, yeah. But you are right. I mean, you should have sold him a couple of seasons again. Let's be real, because it is a disgrace what the way he's treated you. It is a publicity stunt. It's a football shirt signing. I've said that, and he ain't gonna like do it for you. You know what I mean? When he got sent off against Liverpool, right, last season, when he got lost by 5-0, his heart wasn't there at all whatsoever. He didn't give a flying toss. You know what I mean? And his attitude is wrong. Yes, he's got a crack against Fulham, but the bottom line is, though, Maisy, right, I'm glad he's gone for your team. You need someone's going to come in, works the team. Ten Hag, and I'm going to say it now, he needs time. If he gets the time, I think United will be there or thereabouts, yeah. But it's going to take him time. It's a project. Let's remember that. It is a project. And the Glazers got to get this one right. It's as simple as that.
I agree that completely. I think the fan base need to give him time, and he has said it's a project. He hasn't said we're going to win the league straight away. He's openly said it's a project, so the fan base do need to give him time. If the fan base does, I don't know, but it just says a lot about us if we don't. Hey there to Tony. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. You've been doing absolutely great on John's channel, by the way.
I mean, that's Tony. If you want to become a mod, mate, just leave a comment on my last video. Me and Grace, leave a last comment. Just say great show, anything you want, and then what I'll do, I'll just click on some mod, mate, because you've been saying that for weeks now. You want to become a mod, and I'll be happy for you to do that, mate. I'll let Jules later know.
Great. Hey there as well to Jordan. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're well. Gaz is in the chat. Hey there, Gaz. I hope you're well, and I hope you're feeling any better than what you have been doing as well. Glazers out. Yeah, that's what we're all wanting at the moment. Regarding the rumours with Ruben Neves, I've been told by some reliable Wolves reporters that he is reported at 100 million, which is absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. I couldn't do 100 million. It's just no way. And PPF is a joke. FFP is a joke. Yep, I agree here completely. Hey there as well to Andrew. I hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. Hey there to Nippon. I hope you're well. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better today as well, Gaz. Just keep resting, be on the mend, and that's what matters. We'll go on to a Newcastle rumoured signing now, which is Diaby from Bayern Leverkusen, if that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Moussa Diaby, I done a show yesterday, right? And I had 1,300 views on that. Whoever watched this yesterday, thank you very much indeed for watching this. And I didn't expect that many, to be honest with you, but I'm so happy. Yeah, on Moussa Diaby, he's been linked to us for quite a few months now, believe it or not. Plays for Bayern Leverkusen, plays on the right side of midfield or playing the front three on the right-hand side, French international. He's joined them for 3 seasons now, 192 games, 22 goals for the German club. And we've been after him, and the Bayern want him in at 60 million quid. This guy gets fans off their seats. He's quick, he can dribble, he's skillful. Left-footed, by the way, playing on the right-hand side of midfield. Now, but all the problem is with this one, right? I mean, his team, Leverkusen's in the Champions League, right? And for me personally, excuse me, would I pay 60 million for this guy? I wouldn't pay 60 million for him. I don't think he's worth that. Well, if this club thinks it's worth it, cool. But for me, I think it's slightly a bit too much. If you're going to do it in installments, that is cool. That's absolutely fine. We offered 45 mil, right? Bayern Leverkusen 160 for him. What I think you should do is like do brinkmanship. I said this yesterday, do brinkmanship and try and say 50 million and then pay like 45 now and then less installments over a couple of seasons. Cool. But I think it'd be exciting. He's 23 years old, turned 23, and Newcastle fans will love him. And all the Newcastle fans, a couple of days ago, wished him a happy birthday, right? And which I think is a great touch. But that doesn't go to mean say he's going to come to Newcastle United. But I think Diaby's got a decision to make here. It's a World Cup year coming up in November. Does he want to leave Champions League football to come to Newcastle United, right? And try to bed in and could cost him a place in the French team? Or would he be better off staying where he is, stay another season with him, get the Champions League over and done with, and then next season, hopefully the valuation will come down a little bit and get the guy. This could be gettable, but if you're going to get Musa, it'll probably be the final day of the transfer window. That means they will not sell him until they find a suitable replacement.
Yeah, definitely. Because when you're in Champions League football, like Bayern Leverkusen is, they're gonna not want to let a player go so lightly. I'm looking at his stats here in the Bundesliga for last season. He scored and assisted in 32 games, 13 goals, 12 assists. Just because I'm a little bit of a math wizard, that's equal to 78% of his games that is scoring or assisting, and I think that's absolutely outstanding for a player. Risa said in the chat that he's their second best player, so the price tag of him is probably because of how probably crucial he was to get into that Champions League. But if you was to buy him, where do you think he'd fit into Newcastle?
He'll play, Eddie Howe's going to play 4-3-3, so he's going to play him on the right side of the three. If he plays 4-2-3-1, then Eddie Howe would play him on the right side in the attacking midfield, attacking three. And for me, all Newcastle fans are, we got to get him, yeah, but our fan base, right, so hell-bent getting this and that player. But we need, as a fan base, needs to be patient, yeah, because the bottom line is, right, he ain't here yet. And I tried to get a German football expert to come on, right, on social media, but I got no success of getting back. Yeah, if I can get any German expert knows on social media and want to come on my show, then just let me know, come on, and then we'll do it there. But I'm hoping to get like a journalist on Thursday night from the Evening Chronicle to come on my channel. If I can get him, that'd be brilliant. So on the Derby, yes, I think he'll be decent. German league's a strong league. I think he have no problem settling in the Premier League at all. He is so skillful, and I have no problems at all. But our owners are being cautious on spending money because of the FFP, and they do not want to be another Everton. They do not want to be another PSG.
Chelsea as well. They had Chelsea had the transfer ban for them couple of transfer windows as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it is. They're going to be careful now, Chelsea. They're going to be prudent on their signings. They got Ryan Sterling for £47.5 million. And I can guarantee you, Chelsea will be buying more and more players. They've got 200 million to spend. I think Lupin will probably agree that they want more players going to come and they're going to get a centre back, probably 2 centre backs. They definitely need a striker. Someone's going to bang the goals in. And I tell you what, if Chelsea don't get them, right, I'll be over the moon, because that means Newcastle's got a sniff and try and get into the top 6 this season. Do you know what I mean? But hey ho. But one thing I will say, right, I mean, we as our fan base need to chill a little bit, just calm. More players will come through the door, and I'm relaxed.
Yeah. We've got, what is it? The 8th of August is when the Premier League starts. So you've just got under a month to sign people. You've already made a couple of signings already of Nick Pope, which I think...
Maisy, can you just 1 minute, Maisy? Yeah. You just carry on just 1 minute.
Yeah, so Newcastle has already made a couple of signings already with Nick Pope, goalkeeper. And for me, arguably Nick Pope, he probably was their most crucial signing, that to the respect that I think Newcastle really needed a goalkeeper. And as well, they've signed Botman, who they needed as another centre-back option. I was saying, John, that I think you've already covered your most crucial area of the goalkeeper, and now it's the matter of the attacking options. But with, as I was going to say, with St. Maximin and Wilson being fully fit, you can have that little bit of leniency up to the transfer window end, really.
I have to agree there, Maisy. We've got Joe Willett coming back as well, which I think would be absolutely fantastic. And I love Joe Willett, by the way. You know me. I think he's a great player. And, you know, look, I called him Joe Pillock before, but that's never going to happen in the game because I rate him very highly. A back four, that's the defence side is sorted out, 110%. I mean, we still need another midfielder if that's what they're craving out for. Paqueta, we're coming to, I'm sure, but we definitely need another striker and a right-side midfielder as well. And we could do with another left-sided player as well to challenge ASM, because he's not been challenged yet. And if that's a poor game, we need backup for ASM. But Ryan Maisy,
he's another option. He isn't. And what's going on with Ekateke? Is that a done deal? Like, gone deal now?
That deal's going to be off because I think he ended up going to PSG. And if he wanted this guy, it would have been he would have sat his agent, say, well, I want to come to Newcastle and just go from there on a 5-year deal. He wanted to come. His agent wanted 30 million and 30 million for the deal, right? If he wanted to come to Newcastle, he would have done it by now, sack his agent, right? But to me, I just don't think he in that bothered. I think he ended up going to PSG. But he did say to his manager, Oscar Garcia, for him, he said that he wants to stay at the club. So nobody knows what's going on, Maisy. Nobody knows. And I think Hugo Ekateke missed the boat, to be fair. But one thing I'm going to say, if he decides to come to Newcastle in the future, I say Solomon, because he had the opportunity. And that was it. No way. I wouldn't have him. Only one player is going to come and play for Newcastle United. For the heart, passion, and that's it.
I agree with that completely, and I think that needs to be the case with all players who sign for each club. It needs to be based off passion more than anything, and that you want to play for the badge, because there's a lot more players these days who come for money and don't really want to play for the badge. So for me, that's what you do really need, players who suit the system and want to play for your club. We'll go through a couple of the comments now. Hey there to Doug. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Nippon has asked if we rate Marseille's Guendouzi. With Guendouzi, he didn't do it at Arsenal. I think it's because Arteta wasn't really a massive fan of him. I think he is more of a box-to-box midfielder, but I think in certain places he does need to improve upon. But it's a good place to be at, Marseille, in terms of the history of the club, of what they have achieved in what you'd say the last century. So yeah, I think it's a great where he is, and I think he probably will improve. But I don't think that he is, from what I've seen, suited too much to the Premier League. What do you think, John, about Guendouzi?
I like him. I really rate the guy. Do you know what I mean? But it's his attitude against Brighton was absolutely wrong, and the way he acted. But if you take his attitude away, he's a canny footballer. Yeah, he's got Marseille into second place in League One, right? And he's a quality player. He's in the French international, and for a reason, because his performance is outstanding. I think he's a box-to-box midfielder. Gets involved, gets stuck in. He's got a good shot on him. I like him, and but what's going to happen to Guendouzi next summer? Are they going to afford him? He wants to stay, but I think someone he left on his contract. I mean, look, we don't need midfielders. I mean, we got Willock, yeah, but Paqueta, we're going to come on to in a bit. And listen, where's he going to go? I think he's going to end up staying in France, to be honest with him, Marseille. I really do, because
he will. He signed a done deal with him. Marseille, hasn't it?
Yeah. And I think it's a done deal there. He was on loan, and I think he ended up staying in Marseille. I mean, I just think they just do not like his attitude at all whatsoever. I really don't. But when he's at it, he's on it. But we don't need him. I tell you what, I'd take though. I'd take Saliba all day long. But
yeah, he's a good player.
He is, but he's not been given a chance at Arsenal, one at all whatsoever. But it is absolutely, oh my God! I mean, sounds a great defender, but he's not been given a game at Arsenal. Does Arteta rate him? Obviously, he doesn't. Otherwise, he'd be getting games.
The thing is about Arteta, even though a lot of Arsenal fans don't like Arteta, if he doesn't like somebody and he has a disagreement about somebody, he won't keep him in the squad. He'll drop him or get rid of him. And that's something what I do actually like Arteta for.
I'm not an Arteta fan, to be honest with you.
I don't like him, but I think he does stand his ground on what he believes in. He won't change his opinion, and that's what you need to be as a manager. You can't just flip-flop and change around just because of who the player is, what they've done in their careers. Because you've seen Aubameyang, he was Arsenal's top goal scorer for many years, but he had a disagreement with Arteta, and because of that, he got rid of him. And I think that's what you need to be, just to show you're a manager who doesn't get walked around on. That's what I don't rate him, but I like him in that respect.
Yeah, he's got to do it. He's got to do what's best for him, sort of thing. He wants to do a project. Is it a youth project or project youth project? Yeah, that's what I'm calling it, right? But you're right. I mean, Aubameyang's attitude. I mean, I must admit, sort of thing. He was late, so I think Arteta slightly got it right there. But unfortunately, if you don't perform or you don't do as told, I'm afraid to say you're going to be out of the team, like you just said it there. I mean, what was he done? I mean, I think Arteta should be gone before Aubameyang, to be fair. Let's be real.
Yeah, I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. I do agree with that.
Yeah, he's banging in the goals to Barcelona, though. He's scoring lots of goals. He's doing it. And it's just one of those things, you know what I mean? Hey, what can I say? What do you know? I mean, did he get the right decision? Did he make the right decision to get rid of Aubameyang? I think if Aubameyang's dead at the club and he's used rightly, I think also be top 4.
Potentially so, because they've just been bad, haven't they? But they seem to have been doing all right without Aubameyang either. He hasn't really been a major miss, because they still managed to get 5th place, which was the highest achievement they've had in a while. So who knows? But they've got Jesus, who I think is a terrific replacement. Andrew has said Botman has signed. Yeah, Botman has signed for Newcastle. How do you feel about that, John?
I think that was a cracking signing. I mean, for what clips I've seen of him, he defends properly, 6'5", and he's been a champion with Lille in his first season.
Yeah.
And not done that quite well in the second season. But listen, at the end of the day, I think we need a dominant centre-back, and this guy can provide this. Sven Botman has been linked with, we're talking about AC Milan. He's been linked with PSG. I can remember last season he was linked to Wolverhampton Wanderers as well, and they scared them off. But I think this guy is going to come in and make a difference, defend properly. But only concern is, though, right? We're going to have 2 centre-backs who are both left-footed. Dan Burn, Fabian, and Sven Botman. 2 left-footed defenders, yeah? Are we going to play in the back 3 next season with Fabian Schär coming in? I'm not sure, but we're going to see what happens in the first game. Whatever Eddie Howe plays in, right, in the first game against Forest, that's the tactic we are going to play with. It's as simple as that.
You've got too many left-footed defenders. We need a left-footed defender.
This is the thing. You can have the amount of cells then. We don't particularly need him. The cells of the guy at the back. That'd be a championship winning centre back there. Top 4 centre back that'd be. But listen, end of the day, I like him, but nah. I think the sales time has passed. But he said that he's another one as well. Should be moved away from the club as well.
Duka said Ekateke would have been one of the few to have played in the Premier League where his name is a palindrome. Interesting.
Palindrome? Can you explain that one? Palindrome. Sorry.
It's okay. Newcastle. Andrew said Newcastle need a striker and named a couple of them there. Would you take any of them? I love Jonathan David, by the way. I'd take him in a heartbeat at United.
He's quick. If Fox is in a chat, right, I can remember he only scored 1 goal in 15, 16 games. But he is a good player. He's quick, direct, skillful. I quite like him at the time. But looking for a left-side midfielder, he'll be the guy. And put the good cross in and ASM as well. Ekateke, we spoke about him. Don't want him. Belotti, I like him. I think he's a Premiership player already. He's built like a Premiership player. 5'11" of him. And he holds the ball up well. He's got a powerful shot on him as well. Good in the air. I quite like Belotti. But it's Torino and Scamacca. I think this guy has got a lot. He's got a good first touch for a big guy, 6'5". Brilliant season for Sassuolo. He scored 13 goals in Serie A, and I think he can make a difference in Newcastle. You've got a target man. He is your guy.
Hey there to Anthony. I hope you are well. Arsenal are interested in Kante from Chelsea. Can you see him joining? In my opinion, no. I can't see that happening. I don't think Kante would leave to go to Arsenal. I think if he was going to leave, it probably like with Manchester City or Liverpool or abroad. I can't see him going to another London club, if you want me to be honest. What do you think, John?
I don't think he will. I think he probably, for me, Kante, if he's going to leave Chelsea, right, I think he's got something to offer in the Italian league. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if he is available, I think Italian clubs will be looking after this guy as well, because there's a lot of 30-year-old plus players in the Italian league as well. Look at Zlatan. He's 40, right? Let's be real. He's 40 years old. And you got Olivier Giroud joined Milan when he was 35 years old, by the way. Let's be honest. Dries Mertens, 35, has just left Napoli, by the way. But I think Kante would do a brilliant job in Serie A. I think he'd be absolutely fantastic, really well. Whoever wants him, Serie A, I mean, Milan, Inter, Juve, Roma. I tell you what, I think Jose Mourinho would love to have Kante.
Yeah, I think so as well, to be honest. I really do. I think he'd do well as well for Kante, for Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
And Anthony has asked, can you see Tielemans going to Newcastle as well?
Personally, I don't think he'll go, but if he's going to leave if he's going, I think he'll probably go to either North London Giants. I mean, I said you should get Tielemans as well, cheaper than Frankie de Jong. But for me, I think you either go to Arsenal, Tottenham. I just can't see us getting him at all. If he wants Champions League, I'm afraid to say in Newcastle will not be that team.
Mm-hmm. Hello there as well to Chris, who's in the chat. I hope you're well. I hope your shift went well. But it is absolutely roasted. I know it is. Doug has said his name is spelled backwards. Ekateke spelled. If you spell Ekateke backwards, it's still spelled.
Yeah, it's still the same.
I love
it. Yeah. Good point, Doug. Big up, Doug, by the way. Congratulations on your wedding, by the way. And I hope you had a good time. And I hope you had a lovely honeymoon as well. And I
hope you have a nice birthday yesterday too.
Absolutely. I'm going to do the European football as well soon, because someone said I'll be brilliant doing the European football through the leagues as well. Premier League, the French League, the German League, the Spanish League, Italian League. So I'll go through the tables as well and the latest round of games as well. So I'll be doing that in the new season. So I'm going to try and get Paul from Team Review. I'll try and get Doug on as well. And I'm going to see how it goes from there.
Mm-hmm. We'll go on to our next Manchester United signings. So what was going on at the moment with Manchester United? We put an official bid in for Martinez for 50 mil with the add-ons. That did get rejected by Ajax, but Manchester United do have a short list of other centre-backs. Paul Torres, not for me, but another one who is actually on the thumbnail, De Vrij from Inter Milan, 30-year-old centre-back. For me, I think he's a very good player. I think that he is a little bit on the older side, which I'm not too bothered about, because 30, he's good with his tackles. He's averaging out a tackle a game. I know he did create an own goal last season, but it doesn't identify the kind of player that he is. He's got plenty of experience also. He started at Feyenoord and only 3 yellow cards for the entire season last season for Serie A. So really, that's not bad at all for a centre-back. And I think he would be a great option to take at Manchester United, just a little bit more experience in the back alongside Raphael Varane, because I think he would suit Varane a bit better than Maguire or Lindelof, who's a bit slower.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big step for that. The Fire fan, massive fan of him, by the way. 4 seasons at Lazio, 95% appearances, 8 goals. He left them for Inter on a free buy, and he's been there 4 seasons. His contract is up. I think his contract is up at the end of the season, I believe. I could be wrong on that. But 124 appearances, 7 goals for Nerazzurri, and I think I like him. He defends properly. He plays in a back 3. That's the thing. When he came to him, that he plays in a back 3, not in a back 2, back 3. So under Simone Inzaghi, right? And then play with Conte as well.
Yeah,
back
he
three
can
as
play in
well.
the back three. He is preferred in the back three, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's just the only problem. Would we have to change around just for him? And especially knowing with the Premier League how intense it is,
Yeah.
it would be. How I wonder how that would go. He is right-footed.
Yeah.
And that is the thing. We need a left-footed defender, which Martinez is. We haven't got any left-footed defenders. So, in as much as I like the Fry, what would be the point in getting more right-footed defenders when we don't realistically need a right-footed defender?
Doesn't make sense, doesn't it? Doesn't make sense. You need a balance at the back, and I'm sure ETH will find out as well. And Maguire, you need to look at him as well. I don't think he's good enough.
I agree. I don't think we'll get rid of him though, just because of how much he's worth.
Exactly. But we look at that's the thing. 80 million you pay for that guy. Leicester fleeced you. They absolutely fleeced you 80 million quid. Wow. And as for Varane, he needs to be playing games, man. He needs to be playing games and have a full season injury free. And he will never, ever, ever do that. He's 28 and he needs to be sorted out. Real Madrid do not give rid of good players if they know that they're good enough. They just don't do that. So look, that's why they got Militao as well. He's a decent defender, yeah. And listen, at the end of the day, the one thing I'm going to say, I mean, I think it'd be a good signing to Fry. I think if you're going to come to Premier League, it has to be now. The guy's 30, and I think it'd be an absolute good defender.
Yeah, I think as well he will be a great defender. It's just a matter of changing your formation, because we actually discussed that about Botman. Because if he was to play in a back three, would he suit the back three? Well, that would be the same as De Vrij. Would he suit playing in a back four, or would we have to change completely to a back three? And really, we shouldn't have to change a formation around for a player. That is just my only issue with De Vrij, to be honest.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I mean, he's playing in a slower league as well, and the Premier League is going to be tough. It's going to be fast. And don't forget, right, I mean, he's got fast experience. He really has fast experience as well. He's a Serie A title winner as well. He's a champion as well. And he's no slouch. I think if we face alongside Shinia as well, and Bastoni, I think they make him look good as well. But at the back three, the best of the back three, I would go with Skriniar. That guy is brilliant. He really is. But the Devils' comments on Skriniar, back 3 or 4, De Vrij would be a back 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go through a couple of the comments, see what people are saying.
Yeah.
And we will see what people are saying at the moment. Iceland missed a penalty versus Belgium 0-0 just before half time. On my predictions, I actually have the Iceland to win 1-0. So who knows what will happen with that. Helen Wheels has said we saw Dylan Levitt. He's our youth player yesterday. So we know the lads from Dundee United will have a part. That's for sure. They will be very happy about that. Hey there, Foxy. I hope you're well.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in. Hello as well to I Like Coffee. I hope you are well. I Like Coffee, go Portugal. I Like Coffee's become a big Portugal fan in these women's Euros. Every time I see I Like Coffee now, he's been saying go Portugal.
He loves Portugal, doesn't he? Bless him.
Andrew has said De Vrij and De Vrij centre backs. That would not be good whatsoever. Arsenal and United still fighting out for Martinez. Who do you think will get him? In my opinion, yes, we are still fighting for Martinez. And if you want me to be honest, I think he is most likely coming to United out of them both. And he has already said, I want a Premier League move. And we know that he wants to leave to the Premier League. He hasn't officially said, I want to go Man United or I want to go Ajax. But I just have that small part of me that if we're most likely out the two just because of Ten Hag, I think that would be the only reason what will pull him more than anything, to be honest. What do you think, John?
I'm with you. I think you go to United because he played for Ten Hag. I mean, I think Arsenal, Man U's made a better offer as well, close to 50 million quid. It just goes to show that Lisandro Martinez is a good defender. I haven't watched him play. I can't lie, only glimpse. What he can do, he's left-footed on all that, but he's the sort of defender. He's not the biggest defender, Spanish. He's about 5'9", 5'10". He's not the biggest, but he is quick. He can also play CDM as well, which is helpful when you need him. But if he's going to play CDM, you still need another defender. But Erik ten Hag knows best. This one could be gettable for the money Ajax are asking for, and I think it'll come. I think out of the two, I think it'll come to you now because of Erik ten Hag.
Yeah, I agree completely. I really do. I like Coffee. Is Maguire bad or are the coaching staff bad? And if you want me to be honest, based off last season, both. I think it's both. We've seen that Maguire can do good because we've seen it the season before, and he was actually our crucial player. And we've seen that when he got injured, and we had Lindelof and Bayer playing in the back four. But this season, what just happened? I genuinely think it's both. We've got inexperienced coaching staff of McKenna, for instance, Michael Carrick, who, as soon as came out of football, comes into Man United coaching staff. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have a coach who's played football, but there should be experienced coaches in there as well, not coaches from the under-18s jumping to Manchester United. The only most experienced one we had was Mike Phelan. And that just really says a lot, to be honest, when we've only got one experienced coaching staff last season. As a Manchester United, you look at the best teams around in the Premier League. Pep Guardiola has got very experienced coaching staff. Jose Mourinho had very experienced coaching staff. And the thing is, these coaching staff knows how the managers are. And sometimes it's not even how the manager is on why you win trophies. It's down to your coaching staff as well. Your coaching staff play a big part of winning trophies also. Would you think Pep Guardiola would have an experienced coaching staff and still win all these trophies? I don't think so.
No, I have to agree. It's all about you, and it's all depending on the coaching staff. Depends who your coaching staff are. If you got a defensive coach and they're really good, you can only teach them so much, etc. But Harry Maguire was at Leicester. He wasn't bad. He was a good defender.
He wasn't even bad last season before he got injured. Nah. He was good then. So there's something clearly going on.
Yeah, something ain't quite right there, sort of thing. He had some poor performances and he had some good performances as well. But I don't know whether it was a bad season for him, or it was in coach right, or it was a change in management sort of thing didn't help him at all. But under Ten Hag, I think he's gonna teach him lots of things as well. How to defend properly, how to concentrate, how to move into an area, sort of thing, when it's time to do it, etc. I think this season is going to be make or break for Harry. I really do. That's why again Martinez as well will try to, but it's going to be very very interesting to see what happens. But he definitely centre back, and we probably need two, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Just in case Varane gets injured again.
Yeah, I do definitely agree with that, and especially if we are getting rid of some players in the centre-back positions, such as Eric Bailly, we do, and Axel Tuanzebe, we do need to get rid of. We need to buy some more, and I'd say we need two at least, in my opinion, anyway. I really do agree with that. I do.
You do, because at the end of the day, you look at the defence. Bailly's injury prone, like you said, he's injury prone. And I think he's got 1 year left on his contract, and he'll not get many games. Lindelof, I think he's not the onside, really. I think he's more right back, if I'm honest with you. But you spent a lot of money on centre backs, yeah. They just haven't really done it. They haven't really done it, and that's the problem.
I think even Varane is a make or break this season, because we know what Varane is capable of, and we know what Varane, what he's done in the past. He's a brilliant defender. So he is. I think he does need that adaptation into the Premier League, and last season wasn't healthy for him to come to United. And I think if he's got a proper staff, coaching staff, and the proper manager now, this season he's had a season in the Premier League now. We should be able to get a much better even out of Varane.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a French World Cup winner. He's Euro Cup winner. Is he Euro Cup winner? I'm not sure. But
He's won the
Euro
Champions
Cup,
League, he's won La
Champions
Liga,
League,
he's won
yeah.
Domestic Cup, Super Cup. He's won basically everything around at his age already.
Yeah. For me, he's a world champion. He's a world champion. But I think the players around him are not good enough. Yeah. I mean, you look at it, right? When you leave like Real Madrid, you had good players like Marcelo, you have players like Carvajal, you've got players around Modric. It comes to you lot, right? And you'd be looking, you'd be alongside Harry Maguire, flipping Van Bissaka, yeah, Luke Shaw. There's a big difference. There's a big difference there, though.
I agree. I agree completely. I really do. Helen Wheels has said United are getting Martinez. He doesn't ditch Eric Ten Hag for Arsenal. Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly that.
Anthony has asked who your favourite Newcastle player and manager of all time.
For me, I'd say Alan Shearer. I mean, Peter Beardsley is close in the top three, close second, and in my time, and I've got to go with Shearer. The best manager in my time is Bobby Robson.
Yeah, Bobby Robson was brilliant, wasn't he, for Newcastle? Foxy has said something I agree. Maguire's a capable defender, but Man United have no protection in that midfield. No structure, so no surprise that every centre-back has done poorly, even Varane. Exactly. He's just, with that no protection there in the midfield, it's just going to struggle all defenders, and even you see Varane getting caught out quite a lot. So it just really says a lot how badly we need that defensive midfielder there at United. But let's go with another Newcastle rumour, and that is with Brozier on loan from Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a very trusted one there. I mean, he has been linked with us, but Thomas Tuchel is going to have a long look at this guy, yeah, for the pre-seasons apparently. And we're after him, Everton's after him, West Ham's after him. And look, what he did at Southampton last season, he did really well. Scored 9 goals on a season-long loan, yeah? Now, if he's going to leave, he only wants a permanent deal. He does not want another loan. So he's either plays for the first team at Chelsea or he wants away. And Borchart's very interesting. He's a big target man, 6'3", and he's got a good touch on him, holds the ball up as well, which you expect when you play for Chelsea. For me personally, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with him coming to Newcastle if that means saving a bit of money and go all out and get use the derby. Yeah, if it takes that. But he's a young striker, and if you want to get in the top 6 this season, is he the answer? Is Borchardt the answer at this earlier in the stage of his career? That's another thing. But for me personally, I wouldn't have a problem coming in, but we definitely need a permanent striker, a permanent signing striker. And my worry is I don't think Borchardt's going to be a permanent signing first.
I think Brozier, he is a great striker. You know what he is about. But I think you look at Brozier, right? He will be a backup either for Newcastle, a backup for Callum Wilson. For when Callum Wilson does have his injuries. But the thing is, a long deal. I think if you was to go and get him, because there is other interest from West Ham and Southampton, Brozier has said I want to leave permanently. For me, in my opinion, as a club, you need to be like, right, okay, we'll take him on loan, but I want it as an option to buy. Unlike what Southampton done, or just done a straight out loan. Just said, right, if he does well, we'll give you 8 million, for instance, at the next season. That's what I think you should really do. And that gives that little bit of security, and it gives that little bit more hunger from Brozier to think, right, if I do well, I know I got a permanent contract at this club. And this club is a club what has got ambitions to go far in the future to come. I could be in this team who is in this building team who could get into Champions League football eventually. So for me, if you was going to go for a loan, you need to really already agree with Chelsea, say, right, this is how much we're going to pay for him. So it gives security from both you and him.
Yeah, I agree. They probably ask for about 30, 40 million quid for this guy. Do you know what I mean? That's what they probably want because they can see his potential there as well. What we will not do is play a long ball game. That will never happen. Yeah, there's no way it ain't going to happen anytime soon. What he gives you is a presence. Yeah, he'll give you that presence. He's a big target man, like I said. And he's different. It'll be different first, like Devil said. It'll be definitely different. And the way we play. And that could be another option as well. But he is quick. I give him that. And are we going to hit and play the hoofball sort of thing? We do not want to do that at Newcastle. We are an attacking team. But you're right. If it's going to be a done deal, like you said, it's going to be a loan deal with an option to buy someone like, say, 25 million quid or someone 30 million quid or something like that. Yeah, but it's going to be interesting. But if it's him, then I have absolutely no problem at all whatsoever. Yeah, old is he, 19, 20?
Yeah, he's pretty young, Brozier. He's 20 at the moment. He'll be turning 21 in a few months.
Yeah, I think, that means if we're going to go all out and get a winger for paying all that money, then get Brozier on loan. That's still be a good summer transfer window for us. But if Callum, like I said, Callum gets injured, then are we going to allow him for all the season? Probably, because he's done it with Southampton. Yeah, but we definitely need a striker that's going to get us like 15 to 20 goals this season. And we have not had that. We've not had a 20-goal scorer since Dwight Gale in the Championship, but also we have not had a 20-goal striker since Alan Shearer. We are back in 2007.
I think if a player does have enough experience and the right coaching at someone like Brozier's age, he can eventually get to that 20 mark because he's already got, 6 for Southampton. But I think what I've been reading is Chelsea and Tuchel want to assess him in this transfer window during the pre-season because you look at it, they're already shorter in them striker options because of Lukaku going on loan to Inter Milan. But in my opinion, I don't think Chelsea suit the natural striker. I think they suit a lot better false nines, and that's why I think they're much better playing Kai Havertz up front than actually playing a natural striker. And we've seen the striker curse at Chelsea. I know probably people watch this and go, Maisy, what the hell are you on about here? But you've seen strikers at Chelsea who hasn't done so well. And when you know that you can do well at the likes of other clubs like Newcastle and even West Ham, I think he'd get, I know there's Antonio there, but he'd easily be a Europa Conference League striker.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, sort of thing. That's a good point there, said as well. But is he going to be a first teamer at West Ham? Probably not. Everton, DCL? Probably not. For us, I think you wouldn't be far away if Callum Wilson gets injured. But you are right. But I think I've seen Foxy's comment as well. But he said, Bullshit, surely we pick a team where he starts regularly. He's going to have to start regularly, sort of thing as well. That's another thing. But is Eddie going to play two up front with Borshad and Wilson up top? A little and large combination of 4-4-2 or 4-1-3-2, perhaps, maybe. Who knows? But it could surprise us. But I think if Thomas Tuchel said he's going to set Chelsea as a backup, that I'd have Verts as well, if because do play a false nine, then now you just said it as well about Lukaku, then it could stay. But anything can happen in football. Anything can happen in football. Nobody knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Andrew said it's scary the amount of strikers that's failed at Chelsea, apart from Drogba. And Reese has mentioned about Costa and Giroud being good. Giroud was a terrible mistake from Chelsea to get rid of.
He's won the Champions. He's won Serie A Scudetto with Milan as well, and he's playing better than ever. And as for Lukaku, right, I just didn't think he suited to Tuchel's style of football. And I've said this millions and millions of times. That interview with Sky Italia absolutely finishes Chelsea's career.
I really do think that. And the thing is with Lukaku, I think he was all right for United, but his first touch he produces is absolutely awful. And where we have seen the best out of Lukaku is when he has a striker next to him. And Tuchel, he's just one of them kind of managers who wouldn't change the formation around for one player.
No.
Because you look at that, what happens to other players at Chelsea? Mason Mount, who was crucial for Chelsea last season, what would happen to him? Pulisic, who was actually doing fairly okay, what would happen to him? What would happen to the midfield four with Reece James? What would Kante, Jorginho? Everywhere would have to be switched around just to go to two at the front.
Yeah, and Tuchel will not do that. He also has a style of player. He plays 3 at the back, 4 across midfield, and then he plays 2 withdrawal strikers and 1 up front. That's what he do. He plays a false 9. And he will do it for one person. Lukaku knew exactly what he's going to get when Tuchel was there. He knew that. That's his fault for coming to Chelsea, and he knew that as well. And I can remember the Palace game. I think he only touched the ball about 11 times in the whole of the game.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh.
And you know what that is, don't you? Because they probably think he's not good enough in this Chelsea team. And he's not a team player as well. So that is the problem. But Foxy saying about the curse position up to Chelsea, and Elko is fine at Chelsea. I think he's a decent player. Jimmy Roy Hasselbank's quality, and Eidur Johnson's quality as well. And Demba, listen, at the end of the day, he did all right. And Etu was all about the money. That's all it was.
Tammy Abraham as well.
Yes, I think.
You look at all them who's gone.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the thing is, though, what if Chelsea's got further future on Tammy Abraham? If they haven't, then if he's available, we should be over this guy. I think he'd be brilliant for Newcastle. But at the end of the day, it's because of the clubs and that as well. And they have some strikes like Crespo, Shevchenko as well. Devil said as well. We said Devil. And let's be real. I think, to be fair to Crespo, I think he tried his best. I think the second time he came back, I think he did all right. But Shevchenko just never got going. Never got going at all whatsoever. Milan laughed. We're quite happy to take the 30 million quid from Chelsea for Shevchenko. I thought he's unlucky. Very unlucky. He needed time. But the players around him weren't great. Torres as well. Fernando Torres. Liverpool fleeced them for 50 mil. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Elon Wheels has made a good point. Lukaku shines in his nation team because they play to his strengths. He goes in the box and wins the ball. And I agree. I agree with that really completely. I like Coffee. Am I the only one happy to see Pogba gone from the Premier League? I felt he was annoying even as a Newcastle fan. You should see how us United fans feel like Coffee. I was celebrating me.
Yeah. Oh, man. I bet you were, man. But honestly, I think you needed to get him away. From the Premier League, because at the end of the day,
he didn't sue it. He didn't sue us. He didn't care. And his agent has said the reason why he left Man United was the first time is because he got disrespected by Sir Alex Ferguson. If you got disrespected by this club, by Sir Alex Ferguson, why'd you come back a second time? Ching ching. That's why.
Correct. Absolutely. I mean, Fergie knows what he's doing. He got rid of Yap Stam. You know, he's not scared of getting rid of big players. David Beckham, right? Real Madrid. Bye-bye. Yap Stam, Lazio. Goodbye. Yeah? And now he's done with Pogba, Juve, right? And when he's young, goodbye. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. You know? You upset Fergie, you're done. Even Roy Keane, goodbye. You know what I mean? So Fergie is a proper manager, and there will not be another manager like Alex Ferguson. For me, if anyone asks us who is the best manager of all time, I'll say Alex Ferguson.
Yes. Before we wrap it up, we'll answer Rabbit's question for you, John. What do you expect from Eddie Howe next season?
Same again, basically, sort of thing. Just from the beginning of January, we played some cracking stuff, right? I mean, what a lot of games. Let's hope he does it again. Well, what I see this time, I want to see snippets. What we're going to see from January up to the end of the season. I want to see the same thing into the new season. What I want to see as well, the 4 things I think you need to know as well. You need to get the connection, the chemistry, the dedication, and the fitness. That's all I want to see. If you can put them together, the chemistry, the fitness, the dedication, and the connection, get them in. I think Newcastle have a great season anyhow. For me, I think you get 7th. And I think the players we've got here are really good. I think they want to play for one another. I think it's fantastic. And hopefully, if we can get a stellar striker and a stellar winger, we will be fine.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. We'll wrap it up here anyway. Thank you, John, so much for coming on. It's been a great show.
Yeah, really enjoyed it again, Maisy. I really enjoyed it again. And you know what it is, guys? You know, your channel is just going from strength to strength for me. I think one of these days, I think your channel's going to be like Real Madrid. I'm not going to lie. And, you know, but I just think you're growing very, very quickly. I think you're great. I think you've done good work for your podcast as well. Good work at what you're doing. And I spoke to Grace this afternoon saying that and how highly rated you are as well. And big up. And she loves you. And I said she's going to be the next best thing coming.
Thank you so much, John, for the lovely words. Honestly means so much. Another prediction I got right. Iceland are currently winning 1-0.
You did?
Oh, wow. That is amazing. John, would you like to shout your socials out?
Yes, please. And also, if I do that, guys, I've had an extra 55 new subs yesterday. Yesterday was a Saturday morning up till now. Thank you very much indeed for new subscribers as well. Like I said, I'm tweeting on DMs as well. You followed us as well. If you can do that. And guys, if you're watching this channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's free, right? Yes, I do Newcastle content. I always have Maisy on a Tuesday evening as well. So my contents are as follows. On Twitch, it's John Sinclair 50, because I'm pumping that in a minute. It's John Sinclair TV. So John Sinclair TV, John Sinclair 50 on Instagram, Facebook, John Sinclair TV, Twitter, John_NEFC42. But the most important thing is, guys, could you please hit the subscribe button right now to John Sinclair TV? And I'm on the road to 3,000 people. I'm not far away. I'm only 125 more from getting 3K. If you're watching, guys, hit the subscribe button. Go into the links, Maisy's links, and please hit the subscribe. It's that simple. It's free. And, you know, that's all you got to do.
I'll put your link in the description as always. So if you haven't already, go and give John a subscribe. I know Elon Wheels has asked if I'm doing a watch along for France versus Italy. Yes, I will be doing a watch along for France versus Italy. I'll be starting that at 7:45 today. So go and check that out. 7:45. Plus as well, I'll be doing a watch along for the England game tomorrow. Elon Wheels, England versus Norway. So that'll be a great game for both of us. We'll be our rivals against each other. Thank you as well, Andrew, for the lovely words. It means a lot. Everyone, hit that like button, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I'll be back again 7:45, and if you haven't already, go and subscribe to John's channel. I'll see you soon. It's a goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.